Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. Welcome to our today's bulletin news. Before we proceed, let's first have a look at our top stories today.
And I want to ask all our leaders, sasa tutulize siasa. Wale walikuwa wameanza mambo ya 2032 tumeona wamekwama. Wale walikuwa wanaanza 2027 wamekwama.
Let's stop succession politics, DP Kachagwa tells MPs.
No, we don't have resources for recruiting JSS teachers on permanent. That would be lying, and we don't have resources for the additional 20,000.
We don't have money to employ JSS teachers on permanent terms, CS Mbadi.
Whether or not our brother Raila goes to the AU, and we wish him well, and he gets the job, the position doesn't change. He remains here, we still remain a voice. He goes, we still play our role.
The opposition will soldier on with or without Raila, Karua says. Treasury Cabinet Secretary John Mbadi has said that the government does not have money to employ junior secondary schools teachers on permanent and pensionable terms. The CS further said the government does not have resources for the additional 20,000 JSS teachers. Mbadi said that the money for the teachers' salary adjustments was struggled to raise. Speaking on Thursday, the CS added that there is a shortfall in budget and therefore the government cannot address JSS teachers concerned.
No, we don't have resources for recruiting JSS teachers on permanent. That would be lying, and we don't have resources for the additional 20,000. That was reduced in the estimates. There was a mention from the Departmental Committee of Education, but the final figure that was carried to the budget doesn't have it. So it's there's a shortfall of about 13 billion shillings. Yes.
Shortfall. So how much was availed in regards to the JSS teachers? Would you know?
There's no money availed for
for conversion.
No money, unless now we again do budget adjustments, which we really don't have that space as we speak. So we all know that this year is a year of serious challenge. We are trying to manage the budget. Actually, even the money that we have made available for the teachers for their salary adjustments, we really had to look around and see how we can raise that.
Kenya leader Karua has dispelled fears that the exit of Orange Democratic Movement Raila Odinga from the local political arena will leave the opposition weak and voiceless. Speaking at the party headquarters in Nairobi Thursday, Ms. Karua said he would stand with like-minded Kenyans to fight what she described as operation by the Kenya Kwanza regime, while wishing Mr. Odinga well in his bid for the African Union chairmanship. Ms. Karua said the outcome would not change her stance on criticizing President William Ruto whenever he violates the constitution.
We do not need any title, and we've always tried to be good citizens who take up their civil responsibility in this country. This party will continue to stand up for what is right. We are not a party in government, we are opposition. And we are used to being on the opposition trenches for the longest. So you can expect that we will continue to do so, and our colleagues who wish to do so, we will collaborate with them. But I speak on behalf of NAK Kenya and from NAK Kenya, and this is our promise to Kenyans. Whether or not our brother Raila goes to the AU, and we wish him well, and he gets the job, the position doesn't change. He remains here, we still remain a voice. He goes, we still play our role. So our being in the opposition is not predicated on the presence or absence of our brother. It is a duty we take up seriously.
Chief Justice Martha Koome has invited church leaders to partner with the judiciary in providing alternative justice to reduce the case backlog. According to Koome, churches play a key role in providing alternative justice, and its nearness to the public will help alleviate the judicial burdens. Koome says the partnership will see church leaders domiciled in courts to provide spiritual nourishment to the litigants. Koome said the judiciary was looking up to the church to enlighten Kenyans on the merits of mediation and alternative justice. assisting in solving disputes, saying they were much faster, accessible, and cheaper than the conventional court process.
We are so learned. We have all the wisdom of the Solomon. But if the other agencies are not working properly, they will affect us, isn't it? So we must move together. We must empower each other. We must look at where the challenges are, and we must address those challenges and look for solutions. Replicate what happened in Nakuru. This was a church-run initiative to have peace in our communities. And they gave us many, many examples of the cases that have been settled in that dispute resolution center in Nakuru. And I'm working very hard to make sure that in every county we have court annex mediation. In every court station we have a court annex mediation. We have alternative justice ukumbi, that's what we call them, so that people can be able to sit on a round table by the fire the way we used to do before, and they find out the root cause of the problem and they try to address the problem. Because we want justice to be a lived experience, not an abstract one which you chase in the courts for years on end. It must be available when you need it and immediately. Wherever you are working, wherever your churches are, wherever your ministries are, if you can second pastors in our court stations so that they can give spiritual nourishment to the people who work in the judiciary and carry a lot of burdens, and also help with these mediations and AJS, we would appreciate as the judiciary.
Deputy President Gaji Gachagua has urged the leaders of the people of Mount Kenya to unite for the sake of development. Gachagua spoke in Kiambu on Wednesday during the burial of two relatives of Kiambu Senator Karua. Gachagua called for unite of purpose to side, stating that this is the time to deliver campaign promises. He noted that he is keen on pushing for the interest of the Mount Kenya people.
Tukitafuta njia na kujua shida iko wapi. Lakini vile Senator Cheriotu umesema sana ni kutafuta soko. Last year I was in Colombia. Again I was in Belgium. Mambo ya kutafuta soko. Soko yetu katika Sudan imeleta shida kwa sababu ya ile vita iko Sudan. I'll be going to the United Kingdom next month. Mambo ya kahawa, mambo ya chai, kutafuta soko. Wale mabalozi wote tumepatia kazi. We have shifted our diplomatic approach to commercial diplomacy. Yule balozi tumepeleka Pakistan na Iran wako na instructions. Kazi yao ni kuenda kutafuta soko ya chai. So hizi ni kazi ambayo tutaendelea kufanya tukisonga mbele. And I want to ask all our leaders. Sasa tutulize siasa. Wale walikuwa wameanza mambo ya 2032 tumeona wamekwama. Wale walikuwa wanaanza 2027 wamekwama. Come we work. Kuja tufanye kazi. Tufanye kazi ya kahawa, kazi ya chai, kazi ya kufuata barabara za Maumau, and all the other things that we are doing.